Neo soul junkie.
That's
I'm a neo soul junkie. I love the Jill Scotts of the world, the Erykah Badu's, whatever you want to call that genre. That ain't it, bro.
Yeah, that's
That ain't it. It
A
just
couple
not.
songs I heard I didn't love.
Let me tell you something. I like Jack Harlow. I've met Jack Harlow. We've interviewed Jack Harlow. Jack is a nice guy. But I told y'all on Friday that this album made him whiter. And
Hey, y'all. So if you don't know what's going on, Jack Harlow just dropped his new album, Monic, whatever, bro. Anyway, so everyone's been having their own opinions about it, and it just got a 3 out of 10 on Pitchfork, man. So we're breaking down why people feel their way. And if y'all think Jack Harlow's album was treated rightly or wrongly, let's get it.
saying the music made you blacker is exactly why I said this album made him whiter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's something only you got to be really white to say that this music made you blacker.
Like, and I know there are some people that are like, well, at least he, as a white artist, even if he's joking, he admitted but he's made songs about his privilege.
He's very sarcastic when he talks.
You know what I mean? Like he knows what he's doing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't appreciate, and I watched the full conversation, and I like his music, but what I didn't appreciate was I just feel like I feel like me as a person that gets on the outlet every day, certain things and certain races and all that, it's certain things you got to tiptoe around or like you can't say, or you just know that there's going to be some backlash about. I felt like he was a little bit too free. Like he's around a bit too much. He's a little bit too comfortable to say some of the things. Like he should have felt a little bit more it was cringe to watch. It was
it was sarcasm.
And I think a lot of stuff like this, bro, honestly, I didn't really care. I feel as that people who have a real issue with trying to police how other people express themselves or be around other people, bro. You're a rapper. You got a lot of homies. He been in the trenches. He do what he do, bro. This is his character. Let's just roll with it, bro. If that's the vibe. But that's because I don't take his music serious. I consider Jack Harlow a gimmick. If I took him serious and respected his craft as a artist, I would feel extremely disrespected by what he's doing. I would feel extremely that he's really not taking it serious, and I feel as if he's not taking his craft that serious. I feel as at times he really plays into a narrative and an image when he has a lot of really good music. One of my homegirls, shout out to my dog Vivi. Shout out to Vivi because she was one of the people that put me on Jack Harlow. This is like, dog, 4 years ago, bro. This is probably like maybe like 2 months before he dropped the Tyler Hero song. So yeah, it was an era, bro. He definitely had an era, bro. But the thing that Jack Harlow signed to an industry way too fast, bro, because they put him on a shelf. And when you're an artist, you get put on a shelf. It doesn't matter how good your music is. It doesn't matter how poppin' you are. There's next to nothing you can do once a label says you're not going to be able to drop for however long we feel like. And the thing is that people feel as if the labels are not trying to push them. And it can be two things. Either you have, well, it can actually be a lot of things. But the 3 things I tell people, like the strongest 3 things, bro, is 1, you were signed, you have good music, you're making good music, but it's a heavy label. It's a lot of artists out. A lot of people signed to the same labels and distributions. I'll give an example. Let's say Rod Wave was signed to the same label as Hurricane Wisdom. Well, if they're signed to the same label and they make similar music, the label might say, hey, dog, Hurricane, you're a newer artist. His numbers aren't as heavy at the moment as this artist Rod Wave, who's like, let's say a year or 2 ago before Hurricane got like super big motion. Let's say something like that. Let's say this dude Rod Wave is coming up. You're a newer artist who's also good, but let's just chill for a little bit. We'll give you a little 100 bands, chill in the crib, cook up, make good works. But a lot of these artists, when they get that little shim, hold it down, hold that cheese budget a little bit, they splurge. Big splurge, big splurge. I'm not saying that gives the artists or the labels the right to never get the money again. I'm not saying that it is deserving of these labels disrespecting these artists and putting them in these really hard contractually binding deals that makes a lot of people feel as if they have to literally sell their. I'm just saying this. People need to understand what's in the fine print. You can't want to get popping in these hotels and these mansions if you don't read the fine print. It's just common sense.
And it was funny, but sometimes you swing and you miss with sarcasm. Yeah. I do it all the time. Okay, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean.
But he's very sarcastic. He has a lot of sarcasm when you see the interviews that he's.
DJ Envy, bro, chill, bro. This is kind of the thing why I always had an issue with Breakfast Club, bro. Is that sometimes this man Envy is just way too much in the conversation, bro. I genuinely think this man Envy has next to nothing on his mind half the time he talks. Literally, it's just him re-saying what was already said multiple times. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm not even I could have a whole thing on this man DJ Envy, bro. Too much talent to just be a yes man, dog.
he's done on the Breakfast Club, or you've seen him on the red carpets. He's very sarcastic when it comes to this stuff. So with him, you got to take things with a grain of salt.
But once again, as I said,
guys, like just hear what he had to say, bro.
sometimes you swing and you miss with sarcasm.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean.
But
Like,
he's
you
very
already
sarcastic.
black,
He has a lot of sarcasm when you see the interviews that he's done on the Breakfast Club, or you've seen him on the red carpets. He's very sarcastic when it comes to this stuff. So with him, you got to take things with a grain of salt.
But once again, as I said, that album.
Bro just said sarcasm, bro. I think he believes Jack Harlow's sarcastic. Don't believe me though. That's just a hunch. Like,
Made him whiter.
Grain of salt to white.
That album made him whiter. Okay, and saying that the music made you black is exactly why it made you whiter. And I don't like that whole conversation about black people can't switch genres.
Yeah,
we do it all the time.
I don't
The
like
music
it.
just has to be dope.
Yeah.
If it's dope, you will get accepted. Nobody when Kanye did 808 and Heartbreaks, it was dope. Okay, when Andre 3000 was singing more than rapping, and he did what he did on The Love Below, it was dope.
It was dope. Just that simple, bro. That's kind of the thing with music and expression is that it's such a thing. You could have someone that has so much respect for the craft, so much artistry, so much vision, so much songwriting, all these things, and they could put together a garbage can. And you have somebody else who just is doing their thing, feeling a vibe, and they might appropriate a little bit and make a banger. And a lot of times you might have a dude from the trenches who's just out here expressing himself and speaking his mind, and now he ends up making a hit. Like, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. But it is interesting seeing how these things are going, bro, because the reason I reached out to this is because Jack Harlow's new Monica album, bro, got a 3.1. So I don't understand how it was that deep, bro. Like, it's a very bad week for these blues, bro. Very bad week. Like, imagine you see... Bro. Yo, why do you want to do it like that, bro? He said, you not that guy. That bro said, he said, can the basement that they run Pitchfork out of just collapse? Bro, I'm going to keep it a whole buck because Pitchfork definitely is not like, like the, end all be all of what people's music and things like that is, bro. But geez, bro, they said this being his first Pitchfork, like, yikes, bro. It just showed you that they were trying to give it some attention. But again, who are Pitchfork at the end of the day, bro? I don't look at Pitchfork and say, hey, these are the people that make music that I care for. What I will say about Pitchfork is that they are usually, even if they don't like something, they have an unbiased way to at least break down the music at times. Even when they gave Chief Keef a lot of low scores, bro, they always said, yo, this is tough. Like, we're hating because of lyricism. We're hating because of this. We're hating because of, not seeing some development or growth in him as an artist. But the music, this is hard. But we can't equate it to, the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies. We can't equate it to some of G Herbo's and stuff. We can't equate it to, the newer, the Kanye's or whoever's, bro. But they still give you at least an idea. So for them to just say this is a 3.1, this is boo-boo buns, like, bro, I don't think they like Jack Harlow a lot at all, bro. I don't think so.